Hello, my name's Athencia. Did you hear about the pastor, the white pastor that stated slavery was a white blessing? If you didn't, here's the video.
Because I feel like on the inside of the church, we're fighting this historical context you talk about. In other words, we love the blessing of the cross, but we don't love to sit in it and realize this is what God's asking me to do, to die to myself and to live for Him, whatever context that's going to look like for me. But I want to flip that upside down, because I think the other side of it is true with our nation's history. We understand the curse that was slavery, white people do, and we say that was bad, but we miss the blessing of slavery, that it actually built up the framework for the world that white people live in and lived in. And so a lot of people call this white privilege, and when you say those two words, it just is like a fuse goes off for a lot of white people, because they don't want somebody telling them to check their privilege. And so I know that you and I both have struggled in these days with, hey, if the phrase is the trip up, let's get over the phrase and let's get down to the heart.
Sure.
Let's get down to what then do you want to call it. And I think maybe a great thing for me is to call it white blessing, that I'm living in the blessing of the curse that happened generationally, that allowed me to grow up in Atlanta. And you know, you talk about being 57. If you were 57, I can't imagine being that old, Dan, and being 57. But I've said to our church, Lecrae, a few weeks ago, when I was born, the day I was born on Boulevard at Georgia Baptist Hospital in 1958, black people did not have equal rights in this city. Not my grandparents' lifetime or their lifetime, in my lifetime. This is right now what we're talking about today.
So some background on why that footage took place. So rapper Lecrae, evangelical pastor Louis Giglio, and CEO of Chick-fil-A, Dan Cathy, sat down to have an honest conversation about race in America. I'm holding the laughter here because that's already a very loaded topic between two white guys and a black guy. So someone is bound to say something that someone doesn't like because the proper euphemism is not dropped. My bets would have been on Dan Cathy, because already he has conservative Christian values, and certain groups don't like him. I'll give you an example: LGBT community, because he doesn't particularly support gay marriage. But if I was a betting woman, I would have been wrong. No, Louis Giglio took the cake in this conversation. And again, it would have been a hard conversation to walk away from and someone not been offended. I was not offended by the comment because the euphemism was accurate. Slavery was a white blessing. So slavery benefited white America greatly. That is not a dispute. I think what the real problem was that it was coming out of a white man's mouth, that it was a blessing. Or better yet, I think what people really heard was that slavery was a blessing for black people, though he made a full disclaimer and he said that the curse of slavery was a white blessing. He did not say it was a blessing for black folk. Oh, they pulled us out of Africa and brought us here and it was the best thing ever. No. I think in the back of a lot of people's minds, that's what they're hearing and they're telling themselves. And I get it. Listen more carefully and really always try to grasp someone's intention. He wasn't praising it. He merely wanted to rebrand what was said. Speaking about white privilege, because that gets people very much infuriated. Because there are a lot of white people that feel they don't have privilege. And rightly so, they can feel that way because it's their existence. I cannot disregard how they feel in their existence. That's their reality, as my reality as a black woman is very much different from theirs. So Louis Giglio tried to rebrand white privilege as white blessing. That was his sole intention, and it was done in good faith, and I for one was not upset by his statements. Those are my words. Tell me what you think.